I do have the physical ability and I have the opportunities to tour. I wish I had the desire, but I don't.
Miley Cyrus has no desire to tour, none at all. And before the speculation begins, let's be clear, it's not because she can't, it's because she won't. In a recent and refreshingly honest interview on Good Morning America on 15 July, 2025, Miley confirmed what many fans were hoping wasn't true. When asked about hitting the road for her new album Something Beautiful, Miley looked directly into the camera and said, "I do have the physical ability and the opportunity to tour. I wish I had the desire, but I don't." And with that, she shut down every rumor, every hope of a world tour, and every promoter's dream. This isn't the first time Miley's addressed the topic, but it's the most definitive. She's been dropping hints for over a year now, ever since her post-surgery transformation. Miley underwent vocal cord surgery in late 2023, a procedure that not only changed the way she sings but also forced her into complete silence for weeks. That moment became a turning point, not just physically, but emotionally. She quit drinking. She gave up marijuana. And in her own words, "Sobriety is like my God. I need it. I live for it. It's changed my whole life." So when you ask why she's not willing to get on a bus and play 80 cities in 12 months, well, now you know. Touring, for Miley, isn't just exhausting, it's dangerous. Not in the way it might be for a new artist afraid of flopping ticket sales, but in the way it threatens the very foundation of her mental and emotional well-being. She explained it best during her Vanity Fair interview earlier this month. "It's really hard to maintain sobriety on the road, which is a fundamental pillar of my stability. The late nights, the constant movement, the adrenaline rush followed by emotional crashes, it's a high-speed roller coaster that Miley has no interest in riding anymore. And then there's the emotional toll." She opened up about the post-show crashes that used to haunt her. She described the feeling of getting off stage, having just performed in front of tens of thousands of screaming fans, only to be met with a deafening silence and a sense of emptiness that gnawed at her. "You completely fall apart at the end of the concert," she admitted. "You start to think that it's not enough for just one person to love you, it's got to be 10,000 or 80,000. That kind of validation spiral? It's not sustainable. Not for Miley, not anymore. Let's not forget, this is someone who grew up on tour. She was barely a teenager when Hannah Montana turned her into a global icon. She spent her formative years bouncing from venue to venue, stage to stage, barely catching her breath. And now, at 32, with more than a decade of fame behind her, she's finally choosing to breathe, to pause, to reclaim her life. And fans? For the most part, they get it. Over on Reddit's our pop culture chat, fans have rallied around her. One user wrote, "If she makes enough money without touring and knows being on the road threatens her sobriety, good on her for deciding against it." Another commented, "She's so self-aware. I admire her for knowing her limits and knowing herself well enough to say no." That's the kind of support most celebrities dream of when they make career-altering choices. Miley has it. That doesn't mean everyone agrees. There are critics, of course, people who say she's wasting her prime, or disrespecting fans who have waited years to see her live. But Miley was crystal clear on that point. This isn't about a lack of appreciation. It's about self-preservation. In her own words, "I love my fans deeply. That will never change. But the life that comes with touring? It's just not for me anymore." She's not slamming the door on her fans. She's just opening a different one. And that door leads to Something Beautiful, her stunning visual album released on 30th May, 2025. Instead of live stages, she's chosen the silver screen. She premiered the full visual project at Tribeca Film Festival on 6th June, and it's now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. It's raw, cinematic, poetic, exactly the kind of creative evolution that lets Miley express herself without draining her soul. She's traded in arenas for artistry. And honestly, it's working. And if you thought that meant she's slowing down, think again. Sources close to Miley say she's already deep into another project, something even more experimental, more intimate, more Miley. No tour dates, no merch bundles, just pure creative energy. She's reinventing the way artists connect with their fans, and she's doing it on her terms. And there's more. Miley has just been accepted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame class of 2026. That's right, she's officially cemented her legacy, both literally and figuratively. When asked about the honor, she reflected on her journey. "When I first came to La from Nashville, to now be cemented on this legendary boulevard. Feels like a dream that doesn't require tour buses or backstage passes, just authenticity, and a little peace." So here's the truth, Miley Cyrus isn't running away from the spotlight. She's just finally choosing how, and where, she wants to shine. And maybe, just maybe, that shine burns brighter when it's not followed by a grueling tour schedule. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.